All right, developers, we need to talk about a new code editor that's making some serious waves. It's called Zed. It's incredibly fast, super intelligent, and it's being built by the same team that originally created Atom. This is a high-performance IDE built entirely in Rust, and it might just change how we think about writing code.
So let's just start with a really honest question here. Does your code editor ever make you wait? You know that moment when you launch it and just sit there? Or that tiny bit of lag when you're typing that just completely breaks your flow? Well, that little bit of friction is exactly what Zed is designed to eliminate. And the reason it can do that comes down to a fundamental choice in how it's built. You see, a lot of the editors we use today are based on Electron. They're essentially web browsers packaged as desktop apps. And while that's powerful, it can lead to that sluggish feeling and high memory usage. Zed? It takes a totally different path. It is 100% native, built from scratch in Rust with one goal in mind: raw, unadulterated performance.
And that performance isn't just a nice-to-have feature. It's really the first core pillar of the entire Zed experience. So let's dig into what this need for speed actually feels like when you're in the middle of a project.
This one number kind of says it all: 120 frames per second. Zed's entire interface is rendered by your computer's GPU, just like a high-end video game. This means every single thing you do, whether it's scrolling, typing, or just switching a tab, feels ridiculously fluid and responsive. The whole idea is that the tool should keep up with your brain, not the other way around.
So the benefits you actually feel are immediate. We are talking about instant startup times, scrolling that's just buttery smooth, and the ability to open up massive projects and have files load in real time with no lag. The creators call it coding without friction, and honestly, that's the perfect way to describe it. It's all about getting rid of those tiny little delays that can pull you out of the zone.
Okay, so speed is amazing, but it's really only half of the equation here. Let's move on to the second pillar, which is how Zed integrates AI. And it's not just another chatbot in a sidebar. They call it an agentic partner, and that's a very different way of thinking about AI in your editor.
So what in the world is agentic AI? Well, think of it less like a tool and more like a co-pilot. It's an AI that's aware of your entire code base, your project's context. It doesn't just auto-complete a line. It proactively tries to help you solve bigger problems. But, and this part is absolutely critical, you are always in the driver's seat. The AI suggests, it assists, but you always have the final say.
And here's what that looks like in practice. It's a simple three-step flow. First, you just ask for what you want in plain English. Then, instead of just changing your code, the AI presents its work as a diff. You know, a clear before and after that you can review. And finally, you have complete control. You can accept the change, you can tweak it, or you can just throw it away. It's a genuine collaboration.
Now, this is what makes it really powerful: flexibility. Zed isn't trying to lock you into their own AI. You can plug in models like Claude, bring your own Gemini API key, or, for total privacy, run models locally on your own machine using Ollama. This whole bring-your-own AI philosophy is a huge win for developers who want control.
All right, so we've got speed and we've got intelligence. The third pillar builds on top of those and completely rethinks how teams work together. Zed was designed from its very core to be essentially a multiplayer experience for coding.
I mean, this quote from their team just paints the perfect picture. Think about it. No more clunky screen sharing or passing code snippets back and forth. We're talking about a live, interactive coding session. It's like Google Docs, but for your actual code base.
And they make this happen with some incredible features. You get shared terminals, you can see your teammates' cursors moving in real time, and there's a team chat that lives right alongside your code. Under the hood, this is all powered by some really clever tech called CRDTs, which just makes sure everyone's changes sync up instantly without creating a mess.
Okay, so we've covered the three big, flashy pillars. Let's get practical for a second and talk about the day-to-day tools that every developer needs and how Zed handles the crucial issue of privacy.
Well, it comes loaded with the essentials. You've got native Git integration, and it can even use AI to help you write your commit messages, which is pretty cool. There's a built-in debugger for languages like Rust, Go, and Python. And for all you keyboard wizards, the Vim mode is apparently incredibly fast and precise. Now, this is a simple statement, but it is so important. Your code stays yours. Period. By default, Zed doesn't log your code or use it for training models. And because you can bring your own API keys or even run AI models locally, you have complete and total control over your data. So where is all of this headed?
Well, the vision for Zed is pretty ambitious. It's not just about building a better code editor, it's about building an entirely new kind of collaborative platform for developers.
And here's a quick look at the roadmap. Right now, they're in a private beta for Windows. They're aiming for a full Windows release in late 2025. But looking even further ahead, they're working on something really interesting called DeltaDB, which is a total reimagining of version control. The goal is to make collaboration even smoother than it is with tools like Git.
Which, of course, brings us to the ultimate question. When you put it all together, the insane native speed, the unique agentic AI partnership, and the built-in real-time collaboration, Zed is making a very, very compelling argument. So, after seeing all this, the real question is for you. Would you switch?